Hi, folks. I'm Grandma Wilma.
And I'm Charlotte. Welcome to Rockin' Ages.
We're going to take you on a journey through the following episodes to many centers for seniors. Centers that offer wonderful programs. Charlotte, tell us about the programs.
Like dancing, bocce ball, art, apple picking, and many more.
Do you think I'm a senior?
Yes.
Do you know what can make me happy?
Dancing.
Dancing is my passion, but any of the activities that you just mentioned and I just mentioned make me, as a senior, very happy. Join us on our journey. It's going to be a wonderful experience. And let's hit the road, Charlotte.
Come on.
Mitch, I know it's over there. Trust me, it's over there.
No. Go straight, then turn to your left.
Wave said you go straight to the stop sign.
Turn left.
Here?
Turn right.
Never.
Turn to right.
No, we're going in the wrong direction and we're going to get
turn
left.
to left.
Okay, no,
right,
it's okay.
And one straight.
Okay, you go left here.
My phone
Okay.
says two right.
I don't think.
One straight.
Mitch, back up and then listen to no one.
No, listen to me. I'm always right. Plus, iPhone 10.
Oh.
We're here. Look, there's
Oh my
Campbell.
God, there's Campbell. Charlotte, you were right all along. My apologies.
Didn't I tell you?
I know,
iPhone
I know.
10.
Hi, Campbell.
Hi, Campbell.
Hi, Charlotte.
So
Wilma,
great to meet you
I'm
and
so
see
glad
you.
you could come.
Thank you so
and welcome
much.
to my home.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
So we're going to be doing a barbecue?
Yes, we are.
What foods are on the menu?
Hamburgers, hot dogs, potato salad, you name it, we've got.
French fries?
So, prime ribs and steak?
You can forget that. Okay, come on, let's go.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to meeting some of the people here. All of the people here, Campbell.
Do you have a dog?
Yes, I have a dog.
So tell me a little something about the organization. So can you tell me how it began?
Gay and Grey is about a year old. It started out of a request to look for support for lesbian and gay caregivers. And I discovered that there was no organized senior organization for lesbian and gay seniors who were English. So I thought, well, what can we do? So I called my community partners and we set up a meeting about a year and a half ago, and no seniors showed up. So we were like, okay, we've done something wrong. So in the spring of 2018, we ran little ads in newspapers where we talked about, are you a lesbian gay senior? Do you feel alone? Please contact this number because we're going to have a meeting. And we kept it very quiet, very underground. There was no big publicity. And at our first meeting about a year ago, we had 15 people show up. Men and women, which was the idea.
Yes.
And our idea is to break isolation, seniors who are alone. And if you're a gay and lesbian senior, sometimes you have a different background, a different issue, you have different concerns.
What is the age group in Gay and Grey that you are called a senior?
We go with 50 and over.
Okay.
When I first started the group, everybody that I was in contact with thought it was a really good idea. All the people in the health and social service network thought, yes, let's go.
Yes.
Word of mouth has been the best response.
Always is.
So we had to figure out a way to get the message out. And again, I talked about our Whisper campaign. That was one way to get it out. We were fortunate enough because we had Gay Pride about a month after we started last year.
Okay.
So we were there, our community table. We had our brochures. We had shirts at the time, this year hats. People came up to the table and took information. So that was a real boost to get us going.
From the 15 people that first began, how many people do you have up to date?
We have about 70 odd people on our interest list, but about 30 people who are active.
Very active members.
Come to the event.
Which you hope to grow, I'm sure.
More and more we publicize, more and more I hear about the need, and more I hear people want to join us. We're having a meeting today to formalize our group because we need to do that. We're organizing our board of directors and we're presenting our bylaws. So a big step forward. It organizes the group.
It certainly
and we're becoming
is.
responsible for
Are
ourselves.
you a corporation now?
Yeah, we're incorporated as a
wonderful.
nonprofit organization.
It was wonderful to meet you, Bruce.
My pleasure.
I smell something.
Yes, we're actually part of our meeting. We're having a barbecue. You're welcome to join
Oh,
us.
we
We'll go
will.
outside. We'll
How
have
about you,
hot dogs,
kiddo?
hamburgers,
What are you
salad.
making?
Hot dogs, hamburgers.
Not steak and meat.
Okay,
and
but
some more meat.
what I smell
meatballs,
most predominantly-
steak.
The
There's
French
Fritz.
fries.
French
I saw the-
fries came.
Oh, I'm so
Someone bought
excited.
French fries?
French fries.
So let's
sure.
go.
Hi, I'm Steve Besner, and I'm president of Seniors Choice Montreal. And we help seniors choose the best residence for their next chapter of life. You know, a lot of seniors come to me and say, Steve, I'd love to move to a residence, but it's smaller than my house, and I can't take all my prized furniture, my favorite furniture. There's no way I could move. I'll never be able to fit it all in. And what I say to them is you'll be so surprised at how much you don't miss your furniture when you move in. That dining room table that you loved isn't as important to you as you think it is. There's certainly probably people in your family or friends you have, or you can sell it, to give that beautiful dining room table to. And I'll tell you what happens is 2 weeks after people move in, they'll say to me, Steve, you know what? I don't even remember what furniture I had that I didn't bring here. Yes, it's a big thing. You've grown up, you've lived with that furniture for so many years, and I understand it, and I sympathize with it, but I'm also telling you that it's just things. And when you move in, you realize what's important. You are taking the furniture that's most important to you because there is room, and yes, you're moving to a smaller place. So I hope that puts your mind at ease a little bit. I'm Steve Besner. This is Senior Living Tips in Montreal.
Gay and Gray are having their annual meeting, and it's really important. But I think we should eat soon because I'm getting really hungry.
Okay, the bylaws. I'm not going to go through this document. I'm hoping everybody's had a chance to read it. What we do is talk about who the number of directors are. That's 7. We talk about everybody who's on the board of directors has to be a member of the LGBTQ community or an ally. And we talk about they could be an honorary director if they're an ally. We talk about vacancies, re-elections, how we would administrate things, the roles of certain people, presidents, etc., vice president. The functioning and the order of the group is limited to the LGBTQ community, but we would accept ally members, so people who are not from that community but support our mission.
There's 2 things, mission and whatever. What's the second thing that goes? Mission and
Vision.
Okay. And those, for me, have to identify that we are non-discriminatory and open to anybody in the LGBTQ
Right, but what?
community.
Respect of every human being, no matter what, how they self-identify. Yes.
Zero tolerance for any kind of racist or exclusionary or defamatory kinds of comments.
I think we should clap for that.
Oh, there it is, David. How are you doing?
I'm Wilma.
I'm David.
Nice to meet you,
Nice
David.
to meet you too.
What brought you to Gay and Gray, this organization?
I think that seniors, in particular, especially when they're alone, are lonely, and I think this group helps fill the void and gives us activities, social contacts. This is, I think, a great organization.
If a young gay person came to you and said, I think I'm gay, what would you say to them?
My attitude is if you cannot change a situation, you accept it and you adapt to it, which is what I've done. There's no point in fighting it. I mean, for years I fought it.
Did you?
Yes, certainly when it was illegal. Also, I was part of the movement which evolved because when my partner passed away, I and 3 others in the same situation, we sued the Quebec government.
Did you? Why?
Through the Quebec Human Rights Commission. And it took 8 years from 1994 to 2002, and we won in the end. And in the judgment, the judge said, in view of changing social values, this case should never have been brought. And we all got retroactive payments.
Isn't that something?
So that was my contribution to
Well,
gay
it's a
liberation.
big contribution, and I think you're a big contribution, sir, advocating on behalf of the gay community. You have enlightened me and also heartened me. Thank you
It's been
so
a
much,
real pleasure.
David.
Thank
really.
you so much.
Thank you. Hi, Danny. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Wilma.
Hi.
Charlotte.
This is Charlotte.
How are you?
I'm good.
So tell me a little bit about this organization. When did you get involved?
I got involved most probably about 6 months ago.
And
What's your role in this
organization?
I'm more or less the communications person. I create the newsletter and help Bruce, who's the main guy, with some of the organizing of the group itself.
Here it shows like a rainbow. Why does it show a rainbow for this?
There was a flag that was created. Each color represents part of the LGBTQ community. It's just a matter of saying, this is who we are.
Can I ask you a question, Danny? When were you comfortable to share with somebody that you were gay?
I came out when I was 19 years old. I struggled with the idea, was I gay, was I not gay, when I was about 15, 16. I'm 62, so I was born in 56, so it was still illegal when I was born.
To be gay?
Yeah.
Why was it illegal?
There's various laws that have been in the books for years, hundreds of years actually, before it was actually taken off. From there, it's been a struggle. I mean, persecution by either politicians or the police. Mm-hmm. There's been raids on gay bars, and gay marriage has only been around I've been married for 15 years.
Oh, okay.
So it's just 15 or 16 years, it depends on the province that you're in.
How do you see this getting better in the future with the new young generation coming along?
Generally speaking, I think that younger people today are more open.
Are you open, Charlotte?
I'm not judging him.
Oh, that's wonderful. So you've answered the question.
That's
wonderful.
the goal, so that
yeah.
people of no matter what their sexuality, what their religion, what their race is, that everybody looks at each individual as a person and values that person as much as they value themselves.
So the issues you faced at 30, and today you said, I asked you your age, and you said you were 62. Are there any differences that you see?
I can recall when I first came out, I worked with Gay Line here in Montreal, and for example, young people in their teens who might have been identified as gay would have been able to be fostered by gay parents in those days, okay? There were laws that were prevented us from adopting, for example.
I did not know that.
So there's still issues of gay bashing. It's just a matter of fear and making sure that people are educated about, as I've said before, love is love and people should be treated with respect. They think that they don't know a gay person, but in actual fact, almost everybody knows a gay person. They may not know that they are gay,
right,
but they know a gay person.
Very enlightening, Danny. I can't thank you enough.
Thank you, Wilma.
Nice talking.
Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Take care.
Would you like a burger?
I love one.
Okay.
Yummy.
And
perfect.
Would you like to come and visit us on Friday? We have our games day on Friday. Would you like to come?
I'd love it. I love games. What kind of games?
Scrabble.
Okay, that's my thing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I just want to take this opportunity on behalf of the crew and the cast and myself and everybody here, how wonderful you made us feel today. What a pleasure it was to share this barbecue with you, to hear your life stories, which had such an impact on all of us. And I wish all of you the best of life, the good long life. And remember, we may be seniors, but we're young up here. Thank you. I'm gonna cry.
Hi, welcome to Tech Tips with Julie. I'm Julie, and today we're going to be talking about tech tips for safety. Did you know technology could help save your life? There are so many services like Medic Alert, Life Alert, and even smartwatches that can detect if you've had a fall. In that situation, you can either press a button to dial 911, or the device can dial 911 for you and help will be on its way. Consider it insurance for reassurance. Your loved ones and yourself can have peace of mind that in an emergency, help will be on its way, thanks to your handy technology. So that's it for today. I'll see you next time on Tech Tips with Julie.
Okay, so what a surprise. Who goes first?
Hi, gentlemen.
Hey,
Nice
Wilma,
to
how are you?
see you again.
Sit here.
Good to see you.
Good to see
Good to
you.
see you.
Yeah.
Is there any barbecue today?
Not yet. No. Pizza's coming. Pizza's
Oh,
coming.
but we had such a wonderful time at the barbecue.
It was good, eh? It
Oh
was great.
my goodness, I'm still full. Anybody still full from the barbecue? What are we doing today?
Pick a letter.
Oh, a letter. Is that important? One. Okay, so
And it has to go somewhere across here. Across the
okay,
star.
but you know, I'm Y, and I have a double.
No, you have to go across.
You have to go.
I don't
You have to be on the
understand.
big star.
Be here.
Okay, got it. Okay, tidy.
12, 13,
Hi.
14, 15.
Very good.
Does that work? Or is that the...
What is it? What is
Is
it?
that the...
Shag is a shag carpet.
Yeah, but
And
shagging
let's
is
do the
a...
shag. You know the dance to shag. Let's do the shag.
Yeah, but there's another shag he's referring to as well.
Okay.
It's not pure of heart that he's talking about.
Do you like this game?
Oh,
Scrabble?
It's okay.
Would you like it better if it was more competitive and challenging? Any
No,
game?
It's just challenging enough.
Challenging enough for you. What brought you to this activity?
My daughter lives in Iceland. The rest of my family lives in Scotland.
Oh my.
So I have no family.
Okay.
My friends mainly moved away. I always feel good when I come here.
Dip. DYP.
Because the company is good. We always have a good time.
Do you guys get together every week to play
It's
board
every
games?
Friday.
Every Friday.
Why do you gather in this particular building?
Because in this community, there's an absence of space where people can meet. It's a good location.
Yes, it is.
There's many rooms, there's lots of space.
Yes.
So that's all an advantage.
We do a potluck normally one night here
Okay.
a month.
We had a potluck where a woman talked about her experience as a lesbian, what she grew up with, and how her family treated her and stuff. And it was really
That must have,
quite
interesting.
heartwarming, actually, what she had to say and
Wow.
how she struggled and
Wow.
what she had to live
Those
through.
are stories that really can, very helpful when they're told. Because I grew up in a time where it was, you didn't talk, you hid in the closet, and that was that. And if you didn't hide in the closet, you were ostracized. I wonder if the younger gay, lesbian, LGBTQT community, how they feel hearing that, because it's not like that today, is it?
Well, teen suicide's pretty high in gay community. It's still
Today
it's
as well?
Amongst teen suicides, the gay group is the highest. Because our group is 50 plus, I'll get younger people asking to join.
Yes.
And we've talked about it amongst ourselves. Well, maybe we can do something more intergenerational. And one of the things is the idea of sharing our experiences to younger gay people.
I think that.
So they know that
Wow.
what their experience or feeling. Everybody who comes out has gone through similar experiences.
So, what other activities or things?
Last week we went, and Saturday we did a mini putt.
It's like a family.
It's like a family.
You really are good
When I
friends.
was sick, I had cancer.
Yes.
And when I was coming out of the hospital, because I was there for weeks, I wanted something to help me reintroduce to the community.
Yes.
And a member here, John, told me about this group.
Yes.
And so I joined because it helped me break my isolation, and it's worked wonderfully well. We have women as well as men, and we're looking forward to expanding more. Part of the process in the gay community is inclusiveness, letting women know they are okay to be part of the process, because sometimes groups shut out women, and there's only one lesbian bar on the whole island, as an example.
Well, Montreal's always been a very big gay hot spot. In fact, it is. But organizations such as this are a little bit more difficult because of the separation of the English and the French, in the sense that, that you know, as people get older, sometimes they lose the facility to be able to speak the other language. you feel more comfortable when you're able to speak your own language, and that's basically what they're here.
We would go to English theater, we would go to English film, we would go to more of an English kind of activity. Because in the French groups, they'll go to French theater, and for some of our members, that would be difficult.
Okay.
They wouldn't be able to understand.
Becoming a place for Indigenous gay seniors to meet. We have a few of those. So that section, which we didn't sort of plan on, is growing nicely, and people from Ojibwe, Cree, different nations across the country, the people who live here are joining us too.
Having our first trans member as well, I'm trying to open up, because as a gay man who came out in his late teens, I think I was like 45 before I actually met a trans person. So I think it's important that we as older gay people start to learn more about the trans community as well.
Yes.
We're just like everybody else. Love is love, and we're just as much human beings as anybody else, and all we're asking for is respect. When we come to this group, we don't have to worry about those things. One of my biggest fears is that if I become incapacitated and I have to go to a nursing home, you have to basically come out again to either your caretakers or your neighbors, and how they will react to the fact that you're gay.
Why? I don't get it.
Well, for some men, I'm also HIV positive.
Okay.
So I have medical issues that have to be taken care of. So the medical staff have to be aware of how to handle my situations. It's funny because a lot of the misnomers about HIV, even medical professionals, if they're not involved with the community, they're not too well educated on the issues surrounding HIV. You have to worry about how people will react to you as a gay person, and also how people will react to you as being HIV.
I'm Dr. Ashok Uman, and welcome to the 360 Wellness Report. In this series, I'd like to show you how to lead a long, strong, and happy life into your 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. When we opened Cardiogenics Medical Center, I used to talk about the 5 pillars of great health. But the research on sleep has become so powerful and striking that we had to add it as a 6th pillar. So the magic number for women is 6 to 7 hours a night, and the magic number for men is 7 to 8 hours a night. Don't ask me why men need an extra hour. And most North Americans are getting 5 to 6 hours a night. So whether we know it or not, most of us are walking around sleep deprived, and it is impacting our health. We also used to think if you missed 2 hours on a particular night, you could make it up on the weekend. Not quite so. Now we know that every hour that you miss is lost forever. And what is the optimal time to sleep? Well, that turns out to be between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. And sleep disturbance is one of the commonest things I see in my office, mostly related to stress, another one of the great pillars of health. I'm Dr. Uman, and that has been your ounce of prevention for today. Join me next time for the next great pillar of health.
I started the first gay seniors group called the Green Carnation back in the early 80s. The issues that we faced in the long-term care homes are the same as today. I volunteer at St. Margaret's, one of the long-term care, and there are gay people and lesbians there, and they have to hide. They can't even post a calendar on their wall. There's still lots of work for us to do. My partner just lost his doctor because he retired, so he's had to put himself on a list, the government list, to find a new doctor, and whether that doctor will understand the issues of being gay. You've got something and you have to start all over again. It's a never-ending process, and it shouldn't be.
We have a member, and he's not here today, but one of the reasons he joined the group because he's aging and he's afraid of what is going to happen to him when he gets older, and he's looking for resources and help. And he thought by using and contacting us and meeting different people in the group who have different experiences, he's learning about Fulham House and different residences that could be responsive.
Well, that's a good beginning for him anyhow.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, my hope is that in 30 years, you don't need gay-specific groups. You know, I mean, that it becomes normalized and it's an integrated issue.
We've gone from being illegal to legal to civil rights and so on, to where I can talk with my family, and my sister will put out, during Toronto's Gay Pride, she put out a big flag in her front window and so on. So there are things that are growing nicely,
Definitely.
but it's still a process until we get to the point where Bruce was talking about, where we don't necessarily need everything because we're part of everything, but we've still got to get to that point.
Did you have fun though, meeting all these nice people?
Yes, but the meeting was so long.
Oh, but that's okay. It was their annual meeting. They have to have an annual meeting. Thank you for watching.
And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Keep rocking!
Rockin'!